The world may be crumbling around me and I have a toothache, but I still have Simone to make me happy, so my day's not that bad. Hello friends and welcome to my channel. My name is EJ Marino and today we're diving into the brand new episode of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 13 called Condragulations. Just a quick heads up, I'm sorry this video is coming out a little later than I usually post. I try to get them out right after the episode, but I have a tooth problem that I will be getting taken care of next week, so I had to delay it, take some time last night, really let this episode wash over me. Now that I've had time to sleep on it, I'm still conflicted. I'm still confused. I like this season of Drag Race. There's some really talented queens. And then this episode though, I got more fashion, which is what I wanted last week. I'm enjoying that. But the twist on top of twists that aren't really that twisty, and then I don't think they have the emotional weight that they think they do. You know, the producers think they're gonna do this, like, we're gonna hide the other queens to this, but we're gonna bring Elliot in here. And I'm like, okay, there's no scaredness to it. This is like watching a movie where nobody's in danger. It's like a superhero movie where I'm like, well, Superman's not gonna die. He's Superman. I don't think anything's really gonna happen to these queens in the, oh my god, I can't believe Drag Race is doing this. So I'm a little like hollow when they, when they go to these, oh my god, what's the twist moments? And I'm like, okay, just let's hurry up and get to the regular stuff. Like, I want the season to be fresh and new, but I'm not really liking how they're doing the structure. Like I said though, I still like the queens, I still like the challenges, and this week was a pretty fun week. This is the last time I'll ever have to say this, but the queens are in the pork chop loading dock and they vote. It's all the ones that got eliminated out of their first round. So there's people like Utica there and Denali. It's that kind of group. Elliot with two T's. So yeah, I'm like, okay, what are they gonna do? I knew as soon as they started voting, that person wasn't gonna get voted off the show, but they were gonna end up going to that winner's team. A weird little kind of loop around stuff, but it worked. So all the queens vote. They vote down to, I think it's Utica and Elliot with two T's. Then they vote again because that was a tie, and it goes down to Elliot is kicked out of this group. They think it's the end of Elliot, but it turns out that he's actually joining the Saved Queens for a crazy runway challenge as well as a musical number, which is kind of like last season's The You Don't Know Me, which again, this is why those twists aren't like, oh my god, because you did a lot of this last season minus the first episode. So I'm just like, okay. But yes, Elliot joins the rest of these Saved Queens, like people like Candy and Tina Burner, and Candy is not happy. Tina's not happy. Tina's like, I sent you home. Why are you here? Candy's like, I smell the shenanigans. What's going on? I would try to actually understand what Candy said, but she has mush mouth. I do right now because of my tooth, so, I can't fault her too much. So yes, this episode has a lot of queen drama, and it's just, again, it's not like, oh, especially the manufactured moment when Elliot was just like, well, you did this, so how do you feel that you're gonna do? And I was just like, oh, it was the queens about the ones with the families, and she was like, ooh, what about your family? Everyone who says they have a connection goes home, and Candy's like, did you just try me? I felt like I saw Candy look off to the producers on the side. I was like, did you really tell this bitch to say this? It genuinely made me laugh out loud. So this is the stuff. I can feel Drag Race producers pulling the strings more than ever in these later seasons. But again, these queens are so good that I can't really complain. RuPaul walks into the workroom in his best fracking farm outfit and tells the queens that they will have a pretty busy day. They have to do a runway challenge where they do a day and night look, as well as coming to the end and doing a massive performance together. I was like, oh, this is the challenge I want. I want a mixture of fashion and lip syncing. That's all I need. That was my biggest complaint about the first episode, is I only got one outfit out of these queens. Now I got like four outfits actually. I got the two runway ones, the performance, and the final runway. This is what I'm talking about. These are the more fulfilling, jam-packed episodes. And when we get to this runway challenge, there is so much good fashion. I could not believe it. First up on the runway challenge in their daytime look is Got Mick, who I think has such a cute look. It's a little bit rainbow, it's a little bit gay. I think Mick actually even just kind of describes, I'm going to change up my look. I'm not going to do the white face paint. I'm just going to give them a change up early on. So smart. So smart. I think Crystal Method did this pretty early on in the last season where she's like, you know what? I have my traditional makeup, but I'm going to show them I can do something different early, get that out of the way so I can do my thing. I thought Mick was so smart for this outfit. Thought so smart to change up the makeup because I think he ends up doing that face painty stuff later on twice. So smart move to do it at least once here. Then we go to Candy Muse, and I hate this outfit. I dislike the second one even more, but I'm not vibing with Candy. Candy is like Miss Vanjie inside Eureka's body, and that sounds like my personal hell. But yes, Candy's outfit was okay. I liked the look, I guess. I just didn't like the hair and makeup. It's always a disconnect with me and Candy. I like one part of Candy's outfits, but I don't like the other. It's a little hard. So let's go to Lala Ree, who I find to be a little bit basic. I think it was a very mall outfit. This first look was fine, but I think the word I would use is pedestrian. I feel like they use that on Drag Race every now and then. It was just okay. I wanted more. I wanted a different, more fabulous look. Some of these queens are pulling out looks, and you're just gonna give me that? That was an okay thing. I just wasn't in love with Lala Ree's outfit. I'm not in love with Lala Ree. I think they're really funny. I am having a decent time, but not one of my favorites. And then we go to someone like Olivia Lux, who I think is a badass. They were talking about they don't see Olivia as a challenge, and then we'll get into later on what happens. But yeah, I'm just like, yo, Olivia's good in this first look. She turned it out. It's not like one of my most mind-blowing looks I've ever seen. It was pretty, it was fierce, but it was something different. I was really not expecting something like that out of Olivia, who's growing to be one of the queens I like. I am liking more and more. But when we talk about enjoyment, we are talking about Simone, who killed this whole episode. This was Simone's episode. From this first outfit that has given me a little bit of BAPS, a little bit of Players Club. Oh my goodness, I was in love with this. This was so 90s, such a throwback to that era of black fashion that was so over the top. The hair, the nails, the fits. It was such a good throwback, such a good callback to a time in fashion that I really like. Then we go to Tina Burner and blah. Tina's my other one. Tina and I think was Lala Ree are the two on this teams I'm not really vibing with. I think they're a little bit and this outfit kind of sums it up. I think it's a little too, it's just, Tina does this red thing, I think red is actually the color Elliot uses as well, and it's just, maybe I'm just tired of red. It was like one after another, but yeah, Tina's look was just fine, and then we go to Elliot with two T's, and I'm just like, another fine look, better than I thought some of the other ones. Again, when they were like, oh, well, you're not stepping up, like Candy was talking about people stepping up and stuff, and I'm like, your looks weren't as good as other people's, especially someone like Elliot's. So breathe, chill, calm down. Elliot did fine. I thought Elliot was really cute this episode with good fashion. The nighttime look was a little bit different, but these day ones I liked. I think like I said, my favorites out of this one was Mick, and it was Simone, which is a common theme throughout this episode. Now let's switch up to the nighttime looks. We have Got Milk coming out in a dark, a spooky, a kind of a horror-inspired look. I thought it was really interesting. It was really goth. It was exactly what I wanted from that fun, cheery first look to this darker second look. That's the transformation. That's something that I think Candy Muse tried to do with this, like, I'm going to do a devil outfit, but then have the massive hole in the back. The outfit was not just fitting well. Again, I'm not in love with Candy, and I thought this look was definitely one of those ones that I was like, oh, I'm putting her in the bottom. Like, I would put her and Tina in the bottom. They're just the most lackluster in the terms of fashion. But let's get there to another lackluster one. Lala Ree. This was very woman. This was very fish. That seems to be Lala Ree's aesthetic. It's very pedestrian. It's very just girl down the street, which is fine for some queens. On this season of Drag Race, on Drag Race in general, this would have worked on season 2, season 3 when they did less. Oh my god, fashion, but girl, you have to look around you and see what you brought. It's not up to par. It's okay, though. Olivia Lux, though, okay with another small bag. I like it. This was a toot for me. This was a good look that I enjoyed. Again, not one of my favorites of all time, but seeing some of the other queens come out in meh looks, Olivia came out in something that I thought was pretty fashionable. Then again, Simone with great hair, great outfits, a great full-on look. I think Simone is very beautiful in drag. I think Simone's very cute out of drag. This is just a queen that I'm really falling for, and these fashion moments are it. And then we get to that live performance at the end, and that was even more it. It's just what I want. Then we go to Tina. God, Tina, I hated this outfit so much. I literally wrote my notes, ill, I hate it, because, oh, I hated it. Elliot with two T's was very circus. Again, every time Tina would come in with a look, and I was just like, oh, that was a bad way to finish off the draft. Oh, yay, Elliot's here. Okay, I like this runway outfit. Let's use that to finish it off. Elliot was fine this episode, but I'm just like, I keep going back to Tina's outfits and going, why? What is wrong? Why am I not loving them? This episode had a lot of drama in the middle that I'm going to kind of brush over for the sanctity of not making this an 18-hour review, but basically Got Mick came out, which was nice. They did the challenge to dance and they were choreographing it. It was a mess, but by the time we got to the challenge, it was fine. Let's talk about that challenge. Again, it's kind of like last season with the You Don't Know Me, where they each kind of do a verse to introduce themselves. I thought that was it's a good challenge. I think this was really useful. It's going to happen in the next episode as well with the other queens. Kind of intrigued by that. I think that's pretty awesome. So let's go down these performances. I don't have a lot of notes on them because lyrically, some of them I couldn't understand. Some of them I just wasn't like, it was just so quick. It went by really, really fast. Got Mick was pretty cool. I thought it was a fine performance. Candy Muse, Mushmouth again, wasn't in love with the look. It's not one of my favorites. Let's go to Lala Ree, fine. Kind of my whole theme through Lala the whole episode was like, that's fine. You could do worse. You could do better. Olivia Lux though, she slayed. Again, I think it's set up perfectly when I kind of was seeing the online reaction to Olivia and I was seeing how the queens were talking about her and I was just like, there's something more there. This performance proved it. Really liked Olivia in this challenge. Then we go to Simone, who was the winner of this challenge. She came in just sleeky, fun, fashionable. It's exactly what I want. It's the stuff that I crave in a queen that just understands their star power. Maybe not egotistical about it, maybe not too cocky about it, but understands they have what it needs. I want to see Simone grow throughout the season. I cannot wait till RuPaul breaks her down, makes her feel like she's not a good queen so she can come back up and rise like a phoenix, because that happens every season. Let's go to Tina Burner, who find the beat, girl, find the beat. I just thought she was so off with her performance. It was the lyrics and the speed of her rap or her verse wasn't flowing with the song itself. I just wasn't in love with Tina this episode at all. I would have notes for Elliot, but I forgot what Elliot did in this challenge. Was Elliot good? I don't know. That's kind of the thing with Elliot. I like Elliot, but what did Elliot really do? We then go to the final runway of the episode. This was a jam-packed episode. I'm actually pretty impressed. Got Mick came out in this fun Aquaria kind of look where it reminded me like a Gaga look. It was this headpiece, it was very gold, it was lame, it was fashionable, it was fierce. It's exactly what I wanted from Mick this season. I want fun aesthetic. It's these costumes, it's these drags, but there's still a nice polished touch to it. Love it so much. Let's go to Candy Muse. No, I thought this outfit was lazy. I understand the fembot reference. I think Ariana Grande just did it very cute in her newest music video. Fine, I get the reference point. I thought it was look, and then she unrevealed it, and it looks like she was just wearing like bra and panties, but like not great bra and panties. I was just kind of like, I remember when Pearl would get like red for an outfit like this, and they just gushed over her outfit on the runway, and I'm like, really? Really? Okay. All right, so then let's go to Lala Ree. It was too much. It looked like that Ferrero Rocher, that chocolate that's wrapped up in all the gold. Maybe that's what she was going for. Could be a full-on look that she was trying to do. Meh. Olivia was very pretty. I thought this was a little pageanty. Not one of my favorite looks of Olivia this episode, but I thought it was nice, polished. The gown was really pretty. We go to Simone with this boxing fish, this Rocky, this badass girl fight, give me $1 million baby. She looked amazing. It was costumey, but it was fashion. It was an interesting concept, but it wasn't too over the top. It was exactly what Simone needed to do to differentiate herself, to really put herself forward as a solid queen. Tina Burner, she was Tin Man. It was Tin Meh. I thought it was fine. I think there was a issue where Tina's makeup wasn't hitting her wig line, which I didn't like her wig in the performance either. So maybe just Tina and me and her wigs aren't going to really get along. But there's just a gap where I could see her real skin color, and I was just like, throwing off the illusion. Small nitpick, but it was just kind of throwing me off. Elliot was fine. Just fine. Okay, yeah, Elliot it was an okay look. It wasn't the gag of the season. I think Simone's gonna have all of those, but it was fine enough to make it safe for me to understand why Elliott wasn't in danger, but it wasn't this top look of the week, because the two tops are actually Olivia and Simone. Yes, I was so happy with these two just top performances. I thought it was so good. I thought they really did what they needed to do. It was done. It was fabulous. It was fierce. So happy. And then their lip sync. Ooh, they lip sync to Break My Heart by Dua Lipa, and I thought that was such a good performance. Simone ate this up. This was Simone's episode. Simone. She will be the toast of the season. You will see everyone getting on Simone's train this season. She is really that girl. Does she have a chance of winning? Who knows? It's so early to tell. She could get eliminated in 3 weeks when they start eliminating people finally. Oh my god, we have another week of no eliminations. But yes, Simone was the winner of this lip sync. So good. I thought Olivia did fine. She was trying to go too comedic where Simone was really selling it. This was a lot to handle in this one episode, but I'm just happy Simone slayed. A lot of things happened on this episode of Drag Race, and next week promises just as much craziness, just as much to happen. Again, I'm not in love with the twists and turns because they're pretty obvious, but I'm in love with what's happening, in love with the queens, the fashion, and the performances. But what do you guys think? Are you enjoying this season? What do you guys think of the twist? Who is your favorite out of this group? Let me know down in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel because I make videos like this every single week, and give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy. I might be delayed next week again because of my tooth. I might have surgery on it, but we shall see. Cannot wait to talk about more Drag Race with you guys. Let's talk about it actually down below.